Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on how to connect the weapons collected in the world and how to make them appear inside the inventory. So for now here, if I go to right-handed weapons options, we don't have anything. But if I collect the sword, go to the inventory, now you see we have this sword option. Character can equip that too. And if I click the shield, now this appears here. Character can equip that too. And now I can collect the great sword as well, even though it does not appear on the character. If I go into the inventory, now it is there, so I can switch to the great sword as well and use it. So yeah, this is what we are going to work on today, connecting the game world and the collected objects and use the inventory to show them. So connecting them with the inventory. So here we will add a game instance to our game. We were using the default one until now, but now we will add a game instance and we will use it to add this data related to collected weapons, shields and everything, and connect it with the inventory. So yeah, before we get started, I'd like to remind you, you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects that I have done from the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And this is a part of this action RPG with gameplay ability system series. You can watch all other episodes as well in my channel. I'll leave the link to the full playlist in the description. And let's get back to today's tutorial. Alright, so this is what we have at the moment. If I go to the inventory and if I go to weapons, I see a set of weapons here for the shield. So but the way it works is, let me show you the code. If I go to the UI and if I go to here inventory main, when I press this button, what I do is I call this is the event that is bound to the on-click dispatch. So here I call switch to right hand weapon inventory on the BP HUD. So if this is implemented through interface, if I find references in all blueprints, here you can see where I have implemented it. It is in inventory main. No, it is here in the BP HUD. So basically I have hard coded this given collectible classes. So now I did this only as a placeholder. So now I need a proper way to get the weapons that player will be actually collecting in the game world, and only those collected weapons should appear in the inventory. So to implement that connection, I think it would be better if I save this collected weapon data in the game instance, because as you know, game instance is persistence across levels. So I think it would be better if I save this sensitive data there. So in case you don't know what game instance is, here is the documentation. Game instance, high level manage object for an instance of the running game spawned at game creation and not destroyed until the game instance is shut down. So yeah, so you can change the game instance you have used here under settings, maps and mods, game instance. So this is what we have by default. So now I'll create a new one. maybe first let's add a new variable, a new folder, game mode. Here I'll create a new game instance using the game instance as the parent. I'll name it 𝐶LM game instance. So I think it would be better if I move all the game mode related classes in here. So I already have these things, player controller and the third person game mode in the third person template blueprints folder. Let me move them here. Okay, now that's actually not relevant to what we are going to do. So now here, so first thing is we need a way to, here, now let me assign this the newly created game instance, and from the game pp hard I can get game instance, and from here if I have some interface function to get right hand weapons, then I can directly use it here. But for that, maybe let's add the blueprint interface API game instance, and here we need a 𝐂𝐚𝐽𝐸 class array, an array of 𝐂𝐚𝐽𝐸 class type. So here get right hand weapon classes, and let's define an output weapon classes. Maybe later on we would have to change this to a more generic function, but for now let's start with this. So GA collect sort class reference and array, compile. Okay, now so this is to get, we might need another function to add as well. Anyway, let's go here. Now under class settings I'll add interface PPI game instance. Now here we have get right hand weapon classes. So for now we don't have anything, so let me promote this right hand weapon classes. So here now, oh wait, still didn't implement it in the HUD. Okay, now let me delete this and call get right hand weapon classes. Okay, now it will return an empty array, so as a result we wouldn't have any weapons here. See, none is there. Okay, so but if you want to verify the method is working, if I add a collect sword, now the sword should appear here. See, it's appearing. Okay, so now let's properly implement this. So let me delete this and let's go here, PPI game instance, and let's add a new function. First let me create a category, game instance, 𝐶LM game instance. Okay, another function add weapon class. Oh, sorry, not weapon class. Add weapon collectible class. I'll just call it add collectible class. But for now we have only weapons and shields as collectibles. And as an input, I'll add GA collect sword, and this should be just a single array. So GA collect class. Okay. Now what? Oh, let's implement this. So here add collectible. Now here I'll also duplicate this array and create and name it left hand weapons, because later on we would need that too. Now get the collectible class. From this we can get defaults, class defaults. So collectible actor, if I open one of the collectible classes, here you have collectible actor class BP sword, and if I go into the sword, we have this weapon type. In the BP weapon base we have another variable weapon class which is left-handed, right-handed, or two-handed. Okay, now we can use this in here. Let's cast to weapon base. So as I said, right now we only have weapons as collectibles, but later on when we have other types like armors and everything, we will change this. So here again we can get default, class defaults, and weapon class. So I need to add this to one of these arrays. Let me get both array references here. And add unique, because no point having two class references in the same type. Now we can add this, but here this connection, this should be chosen based on the weapon class. So I'll do a select, and as the index I'll choose weapon class. And if it is left-handed, right-handed, of course right-handed, left-handed, and if it is two-handed, then actually I show the two-handed weapons also in the right-handed, so I'll add them also into the right-handed. But if I want to identify them separately later on, I will create a different array, but for now this is enough. Okay, now we have a function to add collectible classes into the game instance. So where do we call this? Here. Oh wait, here don't I have a start? Okay, here we have collectible objects, GBP collectible sword. So this collectible sword is the parent of all the collectible classes objects. So here now the way I had implemented this was only if this weapon got collected into the character, I was destroying them. But the here, according to the current logic, if I already have a weapon with a blocking tag, for example, if I already have the sword, if I go to the great sword, it is not collected, but I can collect the shield because sword is not blocking the shield in the tags. So now I need to change this. Even if I can't equip it right now on the character, it should be collected into the inventory. So to allow that, first, regardless of what happens here, I'll get game instance and add collectible class. So collectible class means this ability class. This is the collectible ability. This is so GA collect. Sorry. Oh, this is gameplay ability. I'll change this to GA collect sword because all of these are going to be collectible classes, nothing else. So it should be fine. Okay, and at the end, regardless of this, I will destroy this object because they were added to the inventory even if they are not added to the character itself. But later on we might need to add some UI pop-up that says the weapon is added to the inventory in case it doesn't appear on the character itself, right? So now if I go here, now you see I see the sword because my character has collected the sword. But if here, wait, how do I see the shield here? Oh, sorry, because I haven't collected the shield part yet in the HUD. It's still hard coded. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that too. And now first I want to show you this is working now. See, I haven't collected any weapons yet, so I don't see them in the inventory. Now I have collected sword, it appears here, and collect the great sword as well. It's not on the character but in the inventory it's there. See, we can equip it. Alright, now for the other one here, left hand weapons. Can I replicate this? Get left hand weapon classes. Okay, and instead of this I'll use game instance get left hand weapon classes. Okay, and let's implement it here. Simply return this. Okay, now for shields there is nothing, and shields there is nothing, and here if I like the shield, now I do. Great. And the others were already working. Okay. Alright. So I think we can stop this episode right here. So thanks for watching. In upcoming episodes, let's also look into how to save and load these collected weapon data as well. But maybe before that we need to work on the UI to further improve the inventory UI and also showing things like pop-ups, like great sword collected, things like that. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.